Oh, I wish we had something better to end this Saturday on, but hey, you know what? Fucking, we need to point out creeps wherever we find them. So I guess, your guess is as good as mine because all I know right now is this story. I can't tell, okay, if that's a man or a woman. Okay, like I don't give a fuck about special unicorn genders. I don't know what that is. We got the picture there, and I'm sure we're going to find out very, very soon. But of course, they always look like this, and that's why I'm looking for different glasses, because not only are they broken, but at the same time, people who wear these types of glasses are criminal fucking sex offenders. And what we got here is Virginia professor under fire after saying sexual attraction to children isn't always immoral. No, it is. I'm going to need you up against that wall. An assistant professor at Virginia University is taking heat for saying it isn't necessarily immoral for adults to be sexually attracted to children. Okay, if you guys just give me 1 second, I need to place a call to Kyle Rittenhouse. I know he's got a very free weekend ahead of him. Prompting college officials to put out a statement clarifying the claim. Allyn Walker, who teaches sociology and criminal justice at Old Dominion University, made the controversial comments while discussing minor attracted persons and pedophiles during a November 8th interview with Prostate Foundation, a San Francisco University professor. Okay, yeah, this is all making sense. Oh yeah, that's a Protasia Foundation, if you couldn't tell that was a fucking joke. Walker was discussing their book. Again, this scruff could just be from really shitty hormone treatments, or I don't know what it is, but it's not a they, it's not a them, it's a fucking disaster. It's a pedophile. A lot of people, when they hear the term pedophile, they automatically assume it means a sex offender, and that isn't true. No, it is. Full stop. You're attracted to kids. There's no helping you. We should just, as a society, bring back public hangings, okay? That literally lynch pedophiles. I don't think that that's too terrible of a controversial statement. And if it is, I don't want to be a part of this world anymore. Walker acknowledged the use of term minor attracted person, or MAPS. Yep, we're just going to need a map for to find the body after it gets disposed of in a big open field. Suggests that it is okay to be attracted to no, it's not, and I'm not even going to finish that sentence, but said labeling anyone wholly by their sexual desires doesn't indicate anything about their morality. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. My perspective. Okay, cool. So now we're going to listen to your truth on the matter, you fucking kid toucher. There is no morality or immorality attached to anyone, or attached to attraction to anyone, because no one can control who they're attracted to at all. Yes, you can. When there's somebody underage and you're considerably overage, that is where people have to draw the line, and that's where society has for a very long time. This is not one of those avenues that is open for discussion. This is not a chapter of a book that needs to be cracked open. It's just, if there's any books involved, it should just be involved putting it against somebody's ribs in order to punch, so it doesn't leave a bruise. Walker said child sex abuse is never ever okay. Oh good, I'm glad you're taking that stance. But that having sexual urges towards children isn't. Yes, it is. I'm not finished that one either, because this shit, okay, there are very few things that make me physically queasy, okay? I know this is going to be very controversial, but when it comes to pedophiles and people talking about sexualizing children, I kind of draw the line there. So their behaviors are moral. It's not. They aren't, Walker said. But they're still believing the subject to the same idea that they're bad people, and they've often internalized that for themselves. Yep. Now, Walker's caused blowback online after being shared on Twitter as someone trying to normalize adults who are attracted to juveniles. That's exactly what you're doing. Absolutely 100%. So again, okay, if anybody, okay, like even extolling the virtues of self-defense, like in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, if you're a professor, if you're openly making your position at a university known, you would be placed on administrative leave, if not outright fired. And thankfully, at least, they've been, whatever that fucking disaster is, has been placed on administrative relief. But realistically, if you're talking about this in interviews, we've seen some of the horror stories that come out of the classroom, especially in university settings. Don't believe for a second this isn't being taught as well. And for a criminal justice course that fucking amorphous blobs teaching. Let's not get it twisted. Fury as Old Dominion University refuses to fire trans professor who said pedophiles can't help their urges and should be given child sex. It gets even worse. It gets worse. Students and whatever board slam reprehensible views and baffling double standard for woke staff. All right. Like, I don't know. I don't know what that is. The refusal of a Virginia university to fire a transgender assistant professor who defended pedophiles and said they should be given child sex dolls as outraged students. Why didn't the New York Post type that? That's fucked. Outraged students, alumni, politicians, and the school's LGBTQ board. Wow, you even got all of those people against you? I actually think that your days might be numbered there, Side Shaves. Who says it is proof of a double standard that protects woke staff. Absolutely. Allyn Walker. I take offense to that, okay? Because you spell it all fucked up, but that's a damn fine name. Is an assistant professor of sociology and criminal justice. Fucking Christ. The non-binary teacher claimed in a recent interview to promote the new book that pedophiles shouldn't be ostracized. Yeah, you're right. They should be hung. That they can't help who they're attracted to, and they should be given childlike sex dolls to satisfy their urges. See, I'm even tripping over my own words, mostly because instead of sex dolls, I think that they should be given the end of a rifle. Walker, formerly known as Allison, it is a woman. Okay, I was kind of thinking that. Made the comments in an interview to promote her book, Long Dark Shadow, Pedophiles in Action, but whatever. The university's own trans advisory board released a statement to call Walker's remarks reprehensible, damaging to the victims of pedophilia, and not reflective of the views of the trans community at large. Huh. It's interesting. But Old Dominion is standing by Walker. Why? At first, the school said they didn't agree with them, but then they would keep their... Oh, right, yeah, I'm trying to read that as some kind of a fucking grammatical disaster. It wouldn't keep her role. On Tuesday, the university which charges $31,000 per year for out-of-state students, but that's a weird thing to include, partly buckled on public outrage and placed Walker on leave. So yeah, again, the double standard of anybody just espousing anything even remotely sensible. Like, let's be honest. It's not even, if you espouse anything, but the right would say this one thing and then the left would say another. This bitch is trying to normalize pedophilia. Let's not fucking get it twisted here. Again, I'm all for free speech. But not when it comes to sexualizing children. That's where it needs to be fucking gatekeeped. I don't think I'm really stepping out of bounds on this one. And if I am, fuck it. Call me a hypocrite on this issue, because that's where it is. You want to talk about this shit? Find a dock, go for a jump, attach a cement brick. Repeat as appropriate. Students and others, including nearly 5,000 people who signed a change.org petition, think Allyn deserves to be fired, and they are demanding to know why the university won't end her employment. When presented with those questions, the university spokesman told Daily Mail, your questions address private personnel matters, and that our policy does not discuss this publicly. Again, yeah, just looks like Rachel Maddow with a fucking dollop of soft serve. Always have that look on their face, don't they? Students tell the Daily Mail that it's not enough that they're both saddened and baffled by the double standard when other, more conservative professors at different schools have been fired, ostracized, or vilified by the media for far less. Yeah. It saddens me that other professors and students have been kicked off campus for less, and hopefully ODU, Old Dominion University, will take the correct course of action. I'm still confused on why this double standard exists. Exactly. Either apply it equally across the entire plane or get rid of all of it, okay? Let the court of public opinion decide, but they aren't even letting them do that, okay? Is okay to research. Oh, yeah. It is okay to find out this information. Yeah, that's also the defense that Pete Townsend of The Who tried to use. It is not okay to sympathize and create a term to blanket what pedophilia is. Student Jenny Petowski told Wavy, W-A-V-Y maybe, a local news outlet at the campus protest on Tuesday night. Nearly 5,000 people have signed yesachange.org petition, which normally results in nothing. I noticed that it did not state unpaid leave. This person is a danger to society and should never be given the opportunity to promote this perverted agenda, said one person who signed it. Very astute finding you have there. In a statement, ODU's Asterisk Trans Advisory Board, I couldn't think of a board more in need of a fire, said the comments were reprehensible. Okay, I kind of walk that back a little bit. Walker's choice to use the term people who self-identify as minor attracted, no, they're just pedophiles. In their work, inappropriate, exclusively queer experience, just a bunch of jargon of horseshit. To further contextualize, their argument is reprehensible. The second chapter of the book, leading a double life, staying closeted and coming out as a map, is grossly misappropriating the traumas that a bunch of people exclusively endure as a natural part of their lived experience because of stigma. Or, you know what? Hey, what about just regular fucking, people who are just victims of a handsy uncle? How about that? This isn't specifically a fucking queer issue or whatever that shit you want to call it. This is somebody who's just once again just trying to walk society up a little bit farther, just seeing how far they can push it, realizing that, oh, no, not quite yet, and then just taking one step back because Salon has been pushing this for just about a decade. Slate has been pushing it as well. Pink News, all of these other fucking weirdo queer outlets, they keep trying to push this as their next cause du jour. This won't be the last time we hear of somebody so completely fucked in the head wants to continue to push this, but you need to point it out every single time, and this needs to be the hill that society dies on, because after this, I don't even know where the fuck you'd want to go, and I need not contextualize that because it's a happy weekend. Kyle just got acquitted on Friday, so let's just take the W's where we got him. At least this thing is on fucking administrative leave. Hopefully they never come back. I will watch that. They'll get fired and then end up working at a daycare. With that said, I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.